So do you think they're actually breeding right now, hybrids?
They're trying to get access to the point that controls fertility. There were specifically two locations on the body where skin would be missing.
When you undo this, do you ever discover multiple personalities coming out of a person? Go to davidheavener.tv. If you're not a member, if you haven't signed up, I want you to do that, folks. It's the cost of a pagan cup of latte at Starbucks. Instead of doing that and worshiping their little green god there, I want you to go and sign up. You get 2 months free if you sign up for a year. But I have a channel devoted to Russ Dizdar. But this video, how Covens cast curses on people and objects, you can see that there, and you can watch. We got over 20 channels. Spencer, what's the name of some of those channels?
Yeah, David, we got David's Choice, we've got Spiritual Warfare Training, we got the Alien Demon Connection, Last Evangelist TV series, originals exclusives, and on and on and on. Hours of content.
You got to go sign up. Dr. Monzo, SRA, Satanic Ritual Abuse, as you know, this ministry, we're an advocate of children, and we do our best to expose the dark side of what they're doing to our kids, and not just kids, but adults. But you deal with satanic ritual abuse, SRA victims. You test these victims. You do testing on them. Tell me about that.
Yeah. Our main thing here is I am a biblical naturopathic doctor. So I have people from all over the world to come or connect with me to get services, because we can do a lot through DNA. We can do so people don't have to be here in person. And a large group of people are SRA. And I use a very unique type of testing device that's all frequency based. So the best way to understand this is most people generically say everything has a frequency. To be more precise, everything has an energetic signature. And that's like a energetic fingerprint. So the energetic signature of water is only water. And mercury, the toxic chemical, has its own energetic signature. Everything has an energetic signature. And with this advanced technology that's extremely accurate, extremely sensitive, we can scan the body for hundreds of thousands of energetic signatures and find out what's actually in the body. And then we can find out what level it is, meaning, is it physically present in the body, or is it just a memory that the body was exposed to it? So when we're dealing with SRA, we go a little bit beyond what most people. Not only do we do the biblical counseling and spiritual warfare and trying to get different personalities saved and delivered, but we're also looking at the body from a chemical and energetic layer and looking at what's going on with them, especially with the Aleph Tav body. What did they do to the Hebrew points on this person? Where is the bondage at? And as you start releasing that stuff, they start becoming free. Because one of the best ways I can explain this is electromagnetism is like the glue between the spiritual and the physical. It's what holds the spiritual and the physical together. So I don't know if people ever asked the question, how does our body live and exist when we're just made out of the dust of the earth? Well, that's because there's an electromagnetic system that helps animate the body and allow the spirit to be glued to that dirt. And that's why when you look in spiritual warfare and the really dark stuff in the satanic world, they have a lot to do with electromagnetism, because they know it's the glue and it's the connection between the two worlds. So if they can mess up your electromagnetic systems that keep you connected to the creator, God, Yeshua, Jesus, then they can divert that communication between you and the creator to them. And that's what they're always trying to do with SRA. They don't want them having proper communication channels. So they're always trying to divert that information. And that's why a lot of times the person has no clue what's going on with them or what even happened to them, because that communication has been diverted.
And you are undoing that.
Yes.
Because of understanding the Hebrew language on the body and frequency. Again, you're undoing the doings of the Antichrist, of Covens, of Satanists. Let me ask you, when you do this, because I know a lot of SRA victims are also program multiples; they have multiple personalities. When you undo this, Do you ever discover multiple personalities coming out of a person? Does that
Yes.
ever get unveiled?
Yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
And slowly we can get them more integrated. But interesting thing, L.A. Mazzulli, he used to talk about these weird abductions.
Right.
And one of the things he always would point out is a lot of times when they found bodies, there were specifically two locations on the body where skin would be missing. And it was like a perfect round circle right on the chest, right? Kind of like an inch above the nipple,
Okay.
and sometimes on the face. And it was like some type of surgery we can't explain because there's almost no blood loss and we can't understand it. Interesting thing is right at that location is point number 13, which is the mem. And the mem in Hebrew is the letter that looks like water. It has to do with birthing. It has to do with letters that begin with M, mothers, monarch, the whole idea of fertility and birthing. So I find it very interesting that uh, they're trying to get access to the point that controls fertility on the body.
Fertility.
Yes. And reproduction.
Interesting. Wow, reproduction. Yeah, well, as in the days of Noah, right?
Exactly.
It's happening again. Do you think this fits into the Nephilim, to the hybrids, to everything we've been talking about for the past couple of years? This breeding above, you said this little circle above the nipple. See, another light's coming on, Doctor, of how they're tapping into this. So do you think they're actually breeding right now? Hybrids?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's more technological now.
Wow.
So they're not mating like they did during the days of Noah. So now they're
Okay.
doing it more in the laboratory
Right.
with technology.
Right. But I talked to Rod Skiba, which you and I are going to talk to Rob. You were a good friend of him. We're going to talk about him on the underground. You're going to reveal some information that I've never heard before. But when I talked to Rob, both he and I interviewed Billy Crone, interviewed a lot of people. They say they believe that the technology existed in the days of Noah, that they were doing hybrids then, and everything you're talking about. They actually had access to that knowledge back there. The new End Times DVD, 8 hours of me investigating things like Satanism and demonic powers, Illuminati, New World Order, Antichrist, One World Religion, End Times Miracles, Bible prophecy, and the alien demon connection with L.A. Marzulli. So I want you to text the word chosen to 91999, the word chosen to 91999, and get the End Times Investigation DVD. When you donate to this ministry, I can honestly tell you that we talk about things the church won't. I do my best. I do my best to get the word out, and so does Shanita. And anything that you can give that God lays on your heart would be appreciated. It keeps us going. It keeps this show going. It keeps us traveling to pray for people, and it's just much appreciated. davidheavener.tv/give. Consider becoming a monthly partner. You can call 844-806-0006, or you can text the word chosen to 91999. Forget about lastevangelist.com. You can go to that site. This is episode 2 is about the vaccine. Episode 3 is about artificial intelligence. Folks, if you want to help me get the word out to Hollywood, to the atheists, to people that don't even know God, they don't know anything about this kind of stuff, this is a great mission field. So consider donating. You can be an executive producer. You can be a producer. You can have a walk-on role. Go pick up all this merchandise. It helps support and promote the ministry. lastevangelist.com. You can go to that site.